there, Orioles fans. Today is August 19th, 2024, and welcome back into the Talkin O podcast. And as always, I'm your host, Evan, and coming on today's episode, we'll be recapping the Orioles series loss to the Giants, and also talking about the Orioles losing another veteran pitcher. Starting off with Tuesday's game, the Orioles lost this game, as the Orioles did not score any runs, and the offense was very, very quiet in that game. There's a really interesting recap from this game, and the offense was basically shut down by Blake Snell. And they lost 10-0. But on Wednesday, the Orioles decided to call up Brian Baker and DFA Craig Kimbrel. I was talking about it in the intro, and it was in the thumbnail, so if you're waiting for it, there it is. But yes, DFA Kimbrel was a very good choice, as his first half before the All-Star break was kind of good, and then he basically fell off after the All-Star break, and that's what led to his initial DFA. I guess that's what happens what the All-Star break does to you. Moving on to Wednesday's game now, the Orioles lost again to the Giants. The offense finally picked back up again as James McCann hit an RBI double to score Manuel Rivera. The Orioles also scored in a few other runs, but that wasn't enough as they lost 5-3. Moving on to Thursday's game, the Orioles avoid a sweep as they win the game on a walk-off. I will tell you who it is after we recap the rest of the game. Sorry about that. Jackson Holliday hit an RBI single to score Austin Slater, who was also previously played for the Giants. You can look that up on Google if you want to, I don't know. The Orioles also made a few nice defensive plays as Jackson Holliday jumped for a ball that was hit by former Oriole minor leaguer Mike Yastrzemski that was hit at a casual 104.3 off the bat. Cedric Mullins also made a diving catch in the outfield to rob Michael Conforto of a base hit. But I don't want to bore you, so here it goes. I'll go ahead and review who hit the walk-off home run. Anthony Santander hit a walk-off two-run home run to win the game. That was also his 42nd home run of the year. I feel like the Orioles should re-sign Anthony Santander because he has turned into a real big star. And I could see him re-sign with the team, as he has mentioned in interviews that he would like to re-sign. I went more in depth into it, by the way, in another episode. I kind of forgot which one, though, but I don't know. Now I'll go ahead and go a little bit more in-depth on the roster move the Orioles made on Wednesday. The Orioles did call up Brian Baker, and I do understand this, as he would be the replacement for Kimbrel. He is better than Kimbrel goes, so that is good. The Orioles didn't need another relief pitcher, and that's exactly why they had to call up Baker. They might also be preparing for Danny Coulombe's return this year. I'm not really sure if he will return by the end of the season, though. But he could return to the team by opening day 2025 if he doesn't return by the end of the season, though. But that will do it for this episode of the Talkin O's podcast. I will be back eventually, or on Monday or Friday to recap the rest of the games. But until then, I'm Evan, and this has been the Talkin O's podcast.